What's going on, Saints fans? It is Chris Voglu of the Straight Up Saints podcast from Boo Crew Media. For the Saints, it's a Tuesday right before training camp starts, and you already have some news. Alvin Kamara will report to training camp, which is definitely exciting for Saints fans because Alvin walked out at the end of minicamp, and that raised some concerns. Would he be there week one? And although technically him reporting for camp doesn't mean he will be there for week one, it does seem like he's going to try to mend the fences the professional way, and it is also worth noting if he did miss time, he would be susceptible to heavy fines. And when you're in Alvin's situation, you're going to be 29 at the running back position. You probably don't want to be taking on those fines at this stage in your career. So I think this is the smart move for him. There's still a lot at play, right? Do the Saints want to give him an extension knowing that he's older, knowing that his production hasn't been great? Or on the flip side, do they actually want to give him an extension thinking, hey, Clint Kubiak's system could do wonders for him. We saw how great Christian McCaffrey was last year, and maybe that could lead to Alvin bouncing back. And if you give him an extension now, the price might be a little bit lower than what it could be in 2025. So it's an interesting game to play for both teams. I would argue that from the Saints' perspective, if they find an extension that is reasonable, that's not a bad thing. And on the flip side, if they decide to play this out because they don't want to commit to a running back who is getting older, despite how much we all love Alvin, and boy, do we know we all love Alvin as Saints fans, I think it's an okay spot to be in. I'm still so curious to see what he does in Kubiak's offense. I think if the Saints are going to be a respectable team this year, it starts with Alvin Kamara being the focal point on offense, because then that opens up things for Shaheed, opens up things for Olave, and obviously life easier for Derek Carr. And as the Saints fans all know, that's what they need to do. So we'll see what happens again, though. Alvin Kamara will report to training camp, which is great news for the Saints and great timing for me. I'm about to wrap up vacation, and then obviously it's going to be all Saints all the time till we get to the end of the regular season. But can't finish this Tuesday without that news. Saints expecting to have Alvin Kamara at training camp. That's great news for the Saints. And now we turn our attention over to his contract situation. So let me know in the comment section below, guys. Do you want Alvin to get an extension? If so, what do you think it should be?